everyone, Ivy League Gaming here, and today we're playing Watcher of Realms. For today's video, I'm going to do a bit of a gear cleansing, gear sorting guide for particularly going through your Gear Raid 1 two-piece sets.
The finest blood for the most untainted soul.
Alright, so I have over 100 pieces here. It's 69 runs because, well, with the privilege card, we get extra, so it's actually more than just the 69 runs. So that's how you see it there. So actually, I ran out of space. Make sure if you get the warning where you run out of space, you don't hit sort, you hit cancel. Cancel will bring you back to this page where you could still sell and then go through and sort. So what I'm doing, just so a little heads up, when I'm doing my guides for how to build DPS, defenders, healers, which those ones will come soon, I'm not even talking about Gear Raid 1 gear because it's self-explanatory. And what I mean by that, not necessarily the sorting of it, but putting it on your people is. It's just stats at the end of the day. It's attack speed, HP, healing effect, defense, etc. So when it comes to putting the best Gear Raid 2 gear on the appropriate hero, it's just about finding those missing stats you need. So like the best thing might be to go to your Gear Raid 3 gear, which is much more particular first, or sorry, Gear Raid 2, Gear Raid 3 accessory type. Build your hero with those pieces first, and then see what you're missing. If your attack is too low, go and make sure you put on a Calamity set, right? So you're getting that 25% attack bonus, and then trying to find the best stats possible along with that. So that's kind of why I'm not including Gear Raid 2 in those how to build guides, because they're just stats. Just do whatever you got to do to get the stats that we talk about in those videos. So that's kind of where that explanation comes from. But for today, we're just going to go through and we're going to sort the stuff I just farmed. This is stage 19 farming, so you are going to see the fancy sets as well. But and a little bit of good stuff maybe. Oh yeah, we got it. It's okay. It looks good. But I'm going to talk about why I'm choosing to sell which pieces we're selling. So that's kind of the purpose of this video. I'm going to go through kind of quick at some points. Because they're going to be like the same answer. But really, you're just trying to stack logical substats together and get rid of pieces that have multiple boring flat stats for most cases. There's some exceptions to that, but we'll talk about that. So, all right, let's just go through this. The simplest thing to do is just to go through this. All right, so usually these ancient pieces are going to be solid. It's very rare that you'll get something that has multiple stats that don't make sense, but personally, as someone who's farming Gear Raid stage 19 and getting the better versions of some of these sets, like this is attack speed and attack percentage. So I have very high standards for what I want from an attack speed set, right? Okay, this gives 75 attack speed, this gives only 30 attack speed though, plus 25% attack, but usually that's going to be a little bit more beneficial than just the flat attack speed alone, but I'm trying to be picky along the way. So either way, this is great, right? We have attack bonus, a crit rate, attack speed, along with attack speed set, perfect. All right, on to our damage gear. So this is a crit damage piece, right? So anything with the crit damage, I'm looking for multiple damage stats together and things that make sense. Now, you could say this could make sense for an HP-based damage dealer that, I don't know, I'm stretching, but like, you know, like Gluttony is always our example as a HP-based damage dealer because he's kind of the one that we know got changed recently. So you could put, you're going to put crit rate and crit damage on Gluttony probably. I can't see why not. And having attack speed, attack bonus with this crit damage set might be okay. But I think it's a little too niche, so I'm not even going to keep that one, honestly. Just because I want to pick the harder, the better sets, the ones that are going to give survivability, or you know, like stage 19. In that case, so really here, as I go through the crit damage sets, I'm looking for multiple damage. I'm looking for attack bonus and attack speed, or attack bonus and crit damage, or crit rate. Certain pieces can only get certain stats, which you'll notice. So it depends on the set. But if it doesn't have multiple things that go logically together, I don't normally keep it. Now, we can keep healing effect on damage sets for something that's going to make sense to put on a hero that does self-healing, like a Wrath, right? So self-healing is going to go on damage sets, and that can be fine. Or healing effect can go on damage sets, and that's fine. But I'd be pretty picky with what you're saving. All right, let's see if they gave us a good thumbs up. Okay, so we have attack bonus, crit damage, and flat attack. If you have an attack-based damage dealer, this potentially could roll well. So with this piece right here, I would roll this to 12. If I don't get a purple, at least, of attack bonus and or crit damage, then I would sell this piece. So I am going to keep that. Same thing with the next piece. Perfect. Crit damage, attack bonus. And then the defense stats aren't going to hurt, especially for someone like a fighter on the front lines. So same thing here with this piece. I would roll it to 8. See what we get for crit damage and attack bonus. If we get at least one of those a purple roll, then I would keep it and roll it to 16 and see how we do. I mean, if like only one thing goes purple and the rest of it's like low blue, I might sell it. You kind of just got to judge based on your account and like how the quality of your gear is. Like the deeper and deeper you get into the game, the higher and higher your standards are going to be. Now, when it comes to the early game stages, we'll talk about purple and yellow gear after this, I guess. So let me continue going through sorting this gear. All right, I am going to skip that one. Attack. See, here we go again. Crit damage, attack bonus, defense bonus. That's good. Survivability is good. You kind of need to stay alive sometimes. So having HP and defense with some of these isn't the end of the world, even if it's an attack-based focus. All right, going through here. Again, I don't think I would go with this one because I don't have crit rate, crit damage, or attack speed along with an attack bonus. I feel like I want like one of those with each piece. Attack speed, big set here. I don't keep any attack speed sets unless they have attack speed as a substat. That's kind of my personal general rule of thumb. So this could be good for an attack-based healer or an attack-based damage dealer. Having healing effect, attack bonus, and attack speed with the attack speed set could be really good for a healer that's based on attack. Or with if the crit rate rolls really well, you might choose to put this on a damage dealer, like a fighter that you want to have a ton of attack speed. So we're definitely going to keep that piece. Continuing onward, attack bonus and healing effect with attack speed. Again, that could be, or actually a healing effect plus any of these bonuses could be a good piece for a healer because you do want some attack speed on your healers, but not good enough. I want to see attack speed as well. I have plenty of pieces at this point. I'm trying to be pickier with which ones I keep. If I don't see attack speed, I don't even look at it. All right, and we're on. So attack set. Now this is the set that's kind of fading away for me because I'm really looking for the other set that also adds attack speed. That is stage 19. But there are some heroes that can use attack, but not use attack speed, which we talked about in my video for how to build. Like, Dolores cannot benefit from attack speed, just pure attack. So if you get attack bonus, flat attack, and anything else, it's good for Dolores. Or Vierna is a great damage dealer, but she does not benefit from attack speed. It does say that on their basic attacks. You can go see that. So a piece that doesn't have attack speed here, like I'm not going to necessarily only look for attack speed with some of these. I'm just happy to get attack bonus and a crit rate idea. Like, okay, attack bonus and crit rate on this piece is good enough for me to see how it rolls to 12. But with a flat defense, that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Not every piece can be perfect. Now, this is where it gets interesting. So, crit rate behind me here. Crit rate. So, crit rate, the most ideal pieces I'm always looking, or things I'm looking for is crit rate and crit damage, especially crit rate because you're trying to find that in all the substats. Ideally, you don't want to be putting crit rate main stat rings if you don't have to. You want to find as much crit rate as possible in the substats. So if I see crit rate, I'm excited on any of these damage sets. But if it's the last thing to roll, and that's the determining factor of if I'm going to keep a piece, I don't even like to keep it. I only would keep that if it was within the first 12 rolls and there was just something else random at the end. So let's keep going here. Like, this could potentially be okay for Dolores, but I'd rather have a flat... Oh, I know, flat attack is already the thing, so we can't have it for the weapon. But attack bonus with attack and HP for survivability plus a tiny bit of healing effect would be okay for Dolores. So this is actually all right. Especially if... So this is a good example to talk about for someone like Dolores specifically. I hope you guys like these specific examples. I think it'll help you gear people in the future, and it'll help connect some of the dots for my how to build gear how to build series I'm doing for YouTube. This could be a perfect piece for Dolores if it rolls well. Especially if you're going to put her in, can you guess what? Bet you can. The Glacier set. The Glacier set gives extra attack when the user has, or extra attack based on the user's HP as well. So that's just, all the HP is just going to be boom. You're going to have a conversion to even more attack, just to give Dolores as much attack as possible. So if you're putting Glacier on your Dolores and you're not to the point where you're farming Invigoration gear, which would probably be a little better in most cases, then this piece could be amazing for Dolores. So even though I do have Invigoration gear, I want to see how something like this rolls, because if for some reason I decide I want to... If I have Invigoration on someone for a fight, that Dolores is also in the fight, I might choose to put the Glacier set on Dolores instead, and then be able to benefit from a piece like this that could roll attack HP, which will boost her attack, and a little healing effect. Certainly doesn't hurt for our half-ass healer. All right, I hope that was helpful. Let's continue now a little bit quicker. Crit damage with attack bonus and defense and HP. So this crit damage with an attack set, we definitely are still going to want attack. You're not going to use an attack calamity set on a defense or HP-based damage dealer, so we want to see attack and it's there. So I would definitely roll this piece to 12, see how it rolls. If it's not good, sell it. But we can't, unfortunately, we can't do that in the sell screen, so that makes it our process a little bit like slower. All right, crit rate, HP, attack. Again, good stuff within 12 makes me... Two good things within 12, and not two flat stats makes me willing to keep something. The only exception would be like this, or something that had an HP set that had attack bonus and flat attack. I would be okay with that. This is really good. A crit rate, attack bonus, and crit damage in the same piece. We're going to keep that for now. So I'm being pretty generous in some of these. All right, now we're going into the HP set. So HP is, of course, going to be for your support heroes for the most part. Your tanks that are based on HP, your people that have shields based on HP, your healers like Medan and Vortex that are based on HP. That's going to be for them. Or even your damage dealer like a Gluttony. If you go crazy with your HP and you have some good damage rolls on this gear, which is a very niche thing, you might go with that. I actually got lucky and I got some ancient gear with HP Life Force set. So I was like, you know what, if it rolls pretty good for the sake of damage, that might be something I use on people like Gluttony. So I definitely kept it. But when it comes to this set, I wouldn't even keep a single piece of Life Force if it doesn't have HP bonus. If it has HP bonus, see how that HP bonus rolls and then roll with it. If it's good, if not, sell it. But, you know, because this does have a little bit of everything, it's a little bit messy, but survivability is fine with more defense, and then HP at the bottom with an HP set is actually kind of ideal to stack as much HP as possible. This could be a piece that helps stack as much HP as possible on someone that really needs as much HP as possible. So we're going to keep that. HP, this is another great example of a piece that might go on an HP-based healer. Healing a flat effect, flat HP, and HP bonus as your first three things. Now that's perfect. This is also the example of a piece that you would never have to take to level 16 if you're not worried anything about the attack, right? If this is going on an HP-based healer and they just heal with their basic attack, it doesn't matter how much attack they have. Who cares, right? So you could just take this piece to 12 and never take it to 16 if it rolls really well, and keep it and use it forever and never have to waste the extra gold to take it to 16, because all you care about is the HP bonus of the set, which I know I'm blocking a little bit, guys, but it's pretty simple and we're going through these slow here. Guess I can make myself a little smaller for some of these. But yeah, I think that's a really, really big, important thing to say is like on a weapon, it's flat attack, right? So if the last stat on something is completely irrelevant, an attack is completely irrelevant for who you're building, you never even need to roll a weapon to 16. Keep that in mind. Same thing for the chest. If HP, I mean, I would say that's not true for the chest because HP helps everybody because it means survivability. So you're probably going to want to roll all your chest to 16, but you can get away with not necessarily rolling all your weapons to 16. All right, let's keep going. Flat HP with healing effect, not good enough. On to our chests now. We're definitely looking for the HP bonus, but with double flat stats in there above my head, I don't like that. This is a perfect piece. HP bonus, HP with HP bonus, defense bonus, and flat defense. That is all about survivability, so that's pretty solid. Especially if you don't have the stage 19 gear that I do have, you would probably keep this set, roll it to 8, and if the bonuses roll well, continue rolling it out. All right, HP, same thing. So they like to put thumbs up on anything that has damage, which is not always what we need. But HP, defense, crit damage attack. I mean, this again could go on someone like a gluttony if you get a good roll on HP and crit damage. But it's not perfect, but I think we will keep that. I'm being generous here, guys, on purpose. Just to help, because lower accounts are gonna need some of these pieces a little bit more than mine might, so I'm trying to explain it better. Hopefully this is helpful. Alright, HP bonus with crit rate, attack, and defense. So this is a little bit messy. Again, maybe a gluttony piece if the first two roll well, or in any other HP-based damage dealer we may be getting in the future. So we'll see how that goes, and then we're going to keep going on. Alright, now we're on to the healing effect set. Keep in mind, you kind of get diminishing returns with healing effect. I believe the diminishing returns are like, don't bother putting more than 100 healing effect on most heroes because you don't really get much else after that effect. I could be wrong. Feel free to correct me in the comments below if you guys know the exact number of where there's no point to put extra healing effect on anybody. But there are heroes like Eileen, which I feel like maybe she's an exception. Maybe she can handle a lot more healing effect than some characters. I could be wrong, but it really felt like kind of they want more healing effect on her than the average. There's always exceptions to rules, right? So when it comes to the healing effect set, I am always looking for healing effect plus a bonus that will go with at least a healer. But I'm really gonna rarely, and ideally attack speed as well, because most of the healers need attack speed. But I'm rarely gonna put a salvation healing effect set on anyone. It's so much better in this game when it comes to your healers to focus on the stats that are their multiplier. If their healing is based on attack, focus the attack and just get extra healing effect and substats. If they're an HP-based damage or healer, focus the HP. You know what I mean? This is pretty good for a attack-based healer, though. But I would like to see a healing effect on top of that if I was just really trying to fill that hole. So I really don't think I'm going to keep much when it comes to this healing effect set. I don't see myself using it much at all. See, like, okay, healing effect, attack bonus, flat attack. That'd be good for an attack-based healer, but the healing effect is on the bottom. I guess if this rolled okay at 12, I would gamble the healing effect at the bottom and just keep this for an attack-based healer, but I doubt I would use it, but I'll keep it and see how it rolls. Alright, attack, healing effect, same thing with crit rate. Definitely don't need the crit rate thrown in there. I'm just going to trash that. The healing effect set is not going to be as important. You can very easily get 100 healing effect and just a little bit of substats, so you're hardly going to use this set. If you're going to fully trash one set, that one might be it. At least as far as Grade 1 sets go. Alright, now we got the fancier sets, which I'm going to skip for now. We're going to do those last. Let me come to the rest of these. Back to Calamity. Or sorry, Calamity. Annihilating Might. Our damage pieces, we don't see anything good there. We're going to move on. Attack, crit rate, attack bonus, and healing effect. Okay, someone like a Salazar or Wrath might say thank you, so we're going to see how that one rolls. Attack speed with attack bonus and crit damage at the bottom. If the crit damage was first, then I might consider rolling this, but with no attack speed and crit damage being at the bottom, I don't really think I'm going to go for that one. Same thing here with attack bonus, something good being part of the gamble at the bottom. I'm not going to save that either. Thumbs up or not, they're not usually correct, guys. All right, crit rate is what I want to see on these calamity weapons for sure. It's hard to find that extra crit rate sometimes, but with attack bonus being at the very bottom, I'm not going to waste my golds. It's too expensive. Same thing here. Crit rate is here, but then I don't have, if attack bonus isn't on a calamity piece, I don't keep those typically. I mean, I guess if it was like everything else was perfect and there was crit rate, maybe, but I don't like it. I don't like it. HP bonus with healing effect on an HP set. I think I will keep that one and see how those first two roll. If they roll very good, this could be a pretty strong piece for an HP-based healer. All right, moving on. So HP-based healer idea or tank is what we got to have in mind here. Okay with those, but the attack bonus in the middle is kind of pointless, so I think I'm going to move on from that piece. I'm trying to be picky about what I keep. Maybe I keep a couple pieces that are a stretch, but I don't want to keep too many pieces that are a stretch, right? We're just wasting space, and our gear space is precious right now. Okay, now let's move on to the fancy sets. So we have the attack speed and attack percentage set right here, Warlord. So I'm pretty picky on what I get there as well, because if I'm putting the best of the best sets on people, they better have the best of the best stats as well. So this one, then the other one is also Immortal Warrior. This is our defense and HP set. So I'm definitely looking for defense and HP, or at least one, plus, survivability focus. Unless it's got, like, I guess this one, hold on. Oop, as I cramp. This could be a gluttony. Again, I'll use gluttony as the example, a gluttony piece, because HP percent, crit damage, and HP bonus. And then the defense part of this kit is not going to hurt for survivability. So I might roll this one, even though this is a flat defense to start with. I might roll this to like 12, and if the crit damage and HP bonus roll well, considering it's a strong set, I might actually keep that. It's not the best of the best, but I don't have a lot of good pieces with Immortal Warrior, and I know that, so I'm a little less picky with that one right now, to whereas I'm really trying to be picky with my damage dealer gear, because I'm just not re-gearing people until I can put them in really good endgame stuff. Alright, attack bonus and nothing else that really helps an attack-based damage dealer, so we're going to move on from that one. Crit rate with attack bonus within the 12 rolls. I'm definitely going to see how that one rolls. This one's a debatable attack bonus, but then crit damage is at the bottom. Not enough to make me want to keep that one, so we're going to move on. Okay, this is a good one. Attack bonus, crit damage, healing effect with the attack and attack speed set. This could be really good for someone who is a good damage dealer that self-heals, so we're going to see how that rolls. Moving on, let's see this thumbs up. Attack bonus, crit damage, crit rate at the bottom. If the rolls to 12 do okay, I would gamble the crit rate at the bottom, because at least 2 out of the 3 are pretty strong otherwise, and the 4th one could be amazing. I will gamble that one. Alright, HP bonus. This is what I'm looking for usually more just survivability, but the HP percent is at the bottom. I don't like that. Flat HP, flat defense, defense bonus with crit rate is a little bit not good enough. We're going to move on from there, and boom, there we go. Alright, that's over 100 pieces sorted. So we're going to sell those. I kept probably a little bit more than I should have, just for sake of discussion. But let's go to our gear really quick so I can have a quick note about our lower tier type gearing decisions. So I'm not going to have probably any. Okay, I forgot. I have a couple left over. Okay, I have some. So let's look at this idea of legendary and epic gear for the lower tier early game players, right? You got to start somewhere. So with these, you're going to benefit from the set bonuses a little bit more than you might think you will. But really, it's all about getting the stats you need. If you are brand new and you're working with level 40 and 50 heroes, keep in mind that bonuses aren't always going to be better than flat stats. So you kind of should roll everything when it comes to epic and legendary. If it just a flat defense roll might do you better than a defense percentage roll, depending on how high it rolls, of course, depending on the base stats of your hero. And if your hero has low base stats because they're low level or low promotions, bonuses affect them less. But overall, I do want to talk about some of these because they're kind of funny. The early game sets are really confusing, and I don't like the way they are. Because let's see, you look at this piece here that I have. It's HP bonus, or whatever defense. Okay, this is on one of my tanks, right? Rage regen. But look it gives you the same exact logo as a mage. So this makes you think mages must have rage regen. But that's not the case. The exception would be Mari, who you really want to just she's kind of all about her crowd control and coming back to the ultimate. And she's probably going to get damaged. When you receive damage, you regenerate your rage faster, right? You're getting rage. And you regenerate your ultimate faster. The higher the rage regen you have, the higher the rate is, the faster you're going to regenerate your ultimate ability. And that's based on when you get attacked, when you take damage. So rage regen is kind of pointless on people that might not take damage, like a mage that's sitting far away. But Mari has a short range, and if you're using her in something like GR1 or even Arena, she's probably going to take some damage, so she can really benefit from rage regen. But not many people you care about rage regen as a focus. So just ignore the rage regen part of this piece when you're early on and you're working with these legendary and epic pieces of gear, and just worry about the substats and get what substats you need. So same can be true for this one right here. Savage Strike set has the same logo as a marksman. That does not mean it's good for marksman. It's just a simple attack bonus set. So put that on whoever the hell needs attack, which is every damage dealer and attack-based healers. Don't worry about this is made for marksmen, right? Same thing here. Defense percentage. Oh, this must be for our defenders. There's a shield. No, most of the defenders need HP more than they need defense, so it's not necessarily the answer either. So I just wanted to talk about that, to not let these icons that they give you on this early game gear fool you, right? All right, guys, but I think that pretty much covers it as far as sorting. If you want a quick note about sorting your gear after the fact for Gear Raid 1, I would say one of my go-to sorts, besides getting rid of all these low-level sets that I should have long ago, is when you come into your sell screen, if you know you're selling all the older stuff, boom, goodbye, goodbye, get rid of it. Unlock, get rid of it. I don't need epic and legendary gear on my account anymore. But when it comes to the harder stuff, you obviously can't affect the primary stats. Okay, let's say weapons. But let's say you want the least amount of flat stats as possible, because they're not going to help much at endgame choices or later game push in the harder content choices. And you're not going to want to roll up a piece of gear that's all full of flat stats. So on a weapon, it's based on attack. So you could get flat defense and flat HP. That would only be worth keeping if it's on something like a full support type build, right? Same thing here. I might have kept this because it's crit rate and attack bonus just to see how it rolls. So this is a stretch here, but if I got a really big crit rate roll, which I'm desperate for on my account to have more of, I might keep this if it also rolls good on crit attack bonus. That's why I kept it. But let's see here. Attack bonus, flat HP, flat defense, all rolled very well. So I did end up keeping that. It's already rolled. It's got no harm. I'll probably keep it. But here, HP healing, HP defense on an HP set, that's okay. But again, try to be pickier with the attack sets. Like, I do not need to keep this piece, even though it's the only thing good about this is nothing. Nothing is good about this piece. Not a single thing even went to purple, and I want a higher attack bonus than that if I'm going to save a piece that has a bunch of bad substats. So that's where you got to be pickier. So, okay, that's the weapons, right? Now let's talk about the chests, the other quick sort. So HP is the main stat for chests, so you can't get that as a substat. But maybe flat attack and flat defense, which I've apparently got way too many of. You don't really want to have a bunch of that. Again, unless it's the last stat and the other stats before it are okay. But for the sake of these, I mean, the hard part is Calamity is really good to have flat attack in there. If you have attack bonus and flat attack, just stacking as much attack as possible on someone like a Dolores, that can be huge. So this is where it kind of gets a little trickier. But let's just, like, look at how many attack speed ones I have with that. Flat attack, just because the crit rate, I don't want that. Look at all these old bad pieces I kept. See, attack, crit rate, attack bonus, with the fact that crit rate being thrown in there, That's why I kept that one. Same thing with the fact of crit damage thrown in there. And that's okay. Once these have these thumbs up with the crit rate and crit damage, that's where I debate. But this being in the middle with crit damage at the bottom, why did I keep that? No reason to keep that. Crit rate again. Crit rate, and then the next thing would make me decide whether or not to keep this piece is the attack bonus all the way at the bottom. We don't want that either. So try to be extra picky on these pieces that have too bad flat stats as a substat when you're talking about your red gear that you're going to take to level 16, because ain't nobody got space for that or gold for that, right? But yeah, I guess I'll kind of stop there. Hope this was helpful, guys. Let me know in the comments below if you have any go-to tricks for your gear cleansing. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.